Today we will access valid information. Valid information is factual, meaning that you can't dispute it. For instance, this would be that the Earth orbits around the Sun. This is factual, we have observed it, and we have proven it. Misinformation is false and inaccurate. This would be if a teacher were to explain why the ocean is blue, and they were to say the ocean is blue because it reflects off of the sky, which is also blue. See, however, there are facts in that statement because the sky is blue and the ocean are both blue. They're both blue. However, the reason they gave for the ocean being blue was false. So this would be inaccurate. Disinformation is a type of misinformation meant to mislead people purposefully. People that would use this would be companies trying to sell a product. Maybe a cigarette company wanted to explain that its smoke was chemically enhanced to be healthier for people so they could smoke more, and maybe it increased brain productivity. This would be false. We already know that smoke is bad, and it will always be bad, especially with the nicotine that's in cigarettes. There'd be no health benefits to take in our current point in technological advancements. As we will cover in the recent future, the internet contains all types of information. So there's going to be some false information. There's going to be some real information, but we'll figure out how to pinpoint. How does misinformation spread in the first place? Well, social media contains a bunch of fake news outlets. For instance, fake news might tell you coronavirus was a biological weapon from China to eradicate all of the superpowers of the world. Fake news in the UK, a popular outlet would be the Daily Mail. Those guys are not to be trusted with literally anything. Research on your own time to see why. Teens and kids, they'll see the fake news that is meant to shock and propagate things. They'll say, "Oh my gosh, coronavirus is a bioweapon. I'm gonna talk to my friends about that. Did you know? Hey, beep 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 boop. Did you know that coronavirus was a bioweapon from China to kill everybody?" And then the friend says, "No way. Time to share that." So nobody's fact checking this. So the rumors just keep on spreading. They don't know how to research things properly on the internet. Maybe they're going to be biased. They're going to type in China bioweapon coronavirus. And then they'll find those same fake news media outlets. And then, wow, there you go. More misinformation. Now, this will lead us to a point that they'll say, don't believe everything you hear on the internet. So key thing to say to read is that don't believe everything. You can believe there is truth, but you just have to know where to find it. It depends on your resources. Using the internet as a tool for information is very simple. You just go to credible websites and sources that aren't Twitter celebrities stating their opinions on the latest political scandals or such. You find things that end in edu or .gov and stuff like that. Why does any of this matter? Well, it reinforces our responsibility for learning, teens specifically. From a young age, we always had our hands held in what to look up, what to highlight, what books to read, and then going into the future though, all of our information will have to be found on our own. We're gonna have to look up keywords to type into the search bar. What authors would be credible in their expertise, and so on. You become less susceptible to deceit. As stated before, there are a lot of fake news outlets out there trying to spread misinformation and disinformation. You'll become able to say, "Oh my gosh, coronavirus is a bioweapon? That sounds a little bit extreme. I'm gonna research that on my own." And then you'll find that there's no evidence to support that, no credible evidence to support that. And then there you go, you're a safer person. And then, speaking of being safer, you can also be safer around your physical environment. A big thing, starting off when coronavirus was just kicking off. People were wearing T-shirts as a face mask, and they'll say, you just thought to yourself, it's just a face mask is just a sheet, it's just a thin sheet trying to cover up saliva from getting on you. My face mask does that perfectly now of my T-shirt. But as you will know from doing further research, the T-shirts are much too porous to block off any little drops of saliva that will carry over the virus. Research, strategies, and tips. Find materials that were published recently. Recently just means within the past 10 years, and there's a lot of information out there. It's the internet. You can find anything updated within the past 10 years. Almost. If you can't, let's say there's a research paper posted 20 years ago. Well, it's simple. All you have to do is find the points that you're looking for, and then see where, keep going into your research, see where it lines up with other various websites that you found. See who the author is. Maybe it's that same guy from the Daily Mail that tried to make everyone believe that China made coronavirus as a bioweapon, for crying out loud. Well, you already know that guy isn't really credible. Just find somebody who you can trust. Use websites that end in gov.edu, AC. This is simple. 2. You have government and educational programs that cannot lie to you, because it's just against the law. If they're educational, they gotta tell the truth. They have no other agenda than to tell the truth, factual information. Google Scholar. This would be your easiest thing, your easiest way to start off with information. You don't have to look for anything. You don't have to dig through a bunch of files to see who the author is or when it was published. All you gotta do is type in Google Scholar into the search engine, and then bam, just keep going. Keep doing your research. You'll find how many people cited the papers that you can find in Google Scholar. Maybe there's 0 people that cited this one website, and you might want to avoid that one. But oh, look at that. You got one that says 500 people cited this, and you're like, now we're talking. So, that was strategies and tips. Some works cited. You got, my favorite that I used was Cornell. They're known. I use them a lot in school. Pretty good stuff. And they end in edu. Would you look at that?